All right, so I was on the interwebs the other day and I found something very intriguing. I found a video that made me think about mobility versus flexibility. You see, I saw this person, they were playing around. They were talking about the benefits of play through their yoga routine. So essentially, what I saw was that they were moving through these interesting ranges of motion, very flexible. And when they got up, it was when they got up when I noticed that what they were doing was not healthy. Now, let me explain why. You see, there's a difference between flexibility and mobility. First of all, we want to talk about that. Flexibility is your ability to move through ranges of motion. Okay? You can throw your body around any way you can. That's how you want to get through those ranges of motion. That's flexibility. Now, mobility is your ability to control your body through these separate ranges of motion. All right, so now that we've got that established, let's talk about the video here. So, what I saw was this gentleman had what was called lordosis. Okay, so we got Larry. I just named this spine. Apparently, everybody names their spine. So we got a spine. Larry's the name. So what happens here is we have this thing called lordosis. Okay, so lordosis is a curvature of the lumbar spine. All right, lordosis could be a curvature of anything, but the lumbar lordosis is what I saw. So this is lordosis. Okay, as you can see, the bottom part of the spine, the lumbar part of the spine is curved back. Okay, so as you can see here, now it's the straight spine, lordosis. Now you can see what these vertebrae are doing. You can see that these vertebrae separate and they come together. All right, so when you have your vertebrae sitting on top of each other, that's fine, normally. Now, if you don't have control over it, that's a problem because now your muscles aren't involved here. What's happening is that the vertebrae are literally going to sit right on top of each other every time you move. Okay, I almost tipped Larry over. But you can see that if you don't have the strength, your vertebrae are just going to sit right on top of each other. And what that means is that those vertebrae are going to eventually wear down so that they can create that space, and you're going to have herniations. You're going to have these little discs right here, slip through. Okay? And you don't want that. You don't want that. So, what are we talking about here? The importance is if you have mobility, you have the strength to control yourself through these separate ranges of motion. Whatever your range of motion is, whether it's that you can barely touch your toes or you can reach your palms all the way down to the ground, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have the ability to control yourself going all the way down to the floor or however far you can go. And you want to make sure that you're putting your body in the proper position so that you can reach the floor without injuring any other parts. One thing that I do agree with yoga is that they focus on the breath. They are aware of how they move. And why they do that is because when you're aware of how you move, you'll be very aware of what your range of motion is and what you can control. So, flexibility and mobility. Neither is inherently incorrect. I would say it's important to be flexible. It's important to be able to move through ranges of motion, but it's equally as important to be mobile. Okay? So work on your flexibility, work on increasing your ranges of motion, but also work on your mobility so that you have the ability to control yourself at any point in time. All right, so hopefully that answers any of your questions about flexibility and mobility. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them down below in the comment section. If you want to learn more about flexibility and mobility or any other fitness related topic, feel free to subscribe because we'll be answering your questions every week. Thanks again for watching, and as always, keep good company.
That's awesome!